Welcome to the Living Artist Podcast. I'm your host, Preston M. Smith. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Living Artist Podcast. I'm Preston M. Smith, at PMS Artwork everywhere on internet land and socials. I want to thank you for landing on this podcast. Whether you're a professional artist, just getting started in the art world, a collector of art, or just consider yourself a creative person, this podcast has something for you. I like to think of it as a fun way to rant and talk to other creative people about living the life of an artist, surviving and getting ahead in the art world, and enjoying your life. But most importantly, not waiting until you're dead to make it happen. All right, let's get started.
Yes. My question to you is, how do I manifest what I want?
Yes. Thank you. To truly manifest what you want, you must first be in touch with the present moment.
Yeah. Wait. You're done? Okay. So just be rooted in the moment, and then things will come to me.
Yes. Well, to truly manifest, you must do less.
I see. So clear my head.
You're doing too much.
So wait.
You see.
So just sit here. Am I supposed to focus on my thoughts and what I want?
Clear your mind and do less.
So just sit here in silence and do nothing.
Yes. Magnificent.
Boop, 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 boop. It's Eckhart. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the podcast. That was a little bit of a parody on an Eckhart Tolle question and answer session. If you've ever heard those, first of all, it's funny. I wanted to recreate. They always pass the mic around, and there's always some heavy breathing into the mic from the person who's asking the question. And then Eckhart always gives them some pauses. I didn't want to do too many pauses because you might be like, wait, we're listening to a podcast. Is anything happening? But anyway, so you might have guessed from the beginning of this podcast that we're going to talk a little bit about manifestation. And manifestation is it's one of those new age woo-woo words, but it's kind of all the rage. Even people like Eckhart Tolle are talking about manifestation, which is interesting. I will say he talks about it in a way that is much different than most people talk about manifestation, which is like the law of attraction. Like, how do you manifest everything you want by doing nothing? Eckhart really more talks about how to be kind of in tune and plugged in and present and have things kind of flow a bit easier, which isn't really the conventional way of thinking about manifestation. But I love how the marketing team kind of, promotes it as like, learn how to manifest anything with Eckhart Tolle. It's like, no, he's really just talking about being a more connected, conscious human being, which is great. And I'm going to do a little bit of a meshing of the two of those because, look, of course we want to manifest what we want as artists, as business owners, as people who are trying to get ahead and have like their best life. And, we're dealing with a lot of issues and stressors. Just got off the phone with my insurance company, so I'm a little riled up myself. So, we're all looking for ways to try to find, a better life and ways to bring in more peace and tranquility and success and abundance and all that stuff. So that's what we're going to talk about today. And more specifically today, I want to talk about kind of two aspects of this because we have talked about art and the law of attraction, and we have talked about, getting in good vibration and getting more connected with your purpose as an artist and all these things that kind of, tiptoe around the idea of manifestation or even talk about manifestation. But today I wanted to talk about two things that are extremely important when it comes to trying to get ahead with your business, or you're trying to sell more art, or you're trying to get into more galleries, whatever you're trying to do and achieve, whatever you're trying to bring into your life to make it better and more abundant. The first and most important thing to consider is, what is your motivation? What is your why? What is the strength of your why behind why you want to manifest what you want to manifest? A lot of people nowadays just kind of go, I'm going to sit back and, I just want a house. I just want this like mansion, and I just want to sit here and do nothing and just have it come to me. Well, that may or may not happen. I'm not saying, I'm not casting any judgment. It could happen, but it's more likely that you're going to want to put a little work into it and also have a really strong why behind why you want to do this. And typically the strongest manifestations or the strongest whys have a little bit of a greater good, the greater good. Every time we say greater good, my wife and I have to say the greater good after Hot Fuzz. But they have to have a little bit of a greater good kind of aspect to them. Like a lot of these ones that are just kind of selfish, like I just want a Ferrari so I can drive around and have everybody admire me. That's not really a strong reason. It's not really a strong why for why you want to do these things. It feels more like when you're plugged in and there's a why that pays it forward. These are more important because it's rooted in something that not only helps you and helps your maybe immediate family and your friend circle, but it also can help humanity. Like if your why is, for example, I want to manifest a bunch of sales and a bunch of money, wealth, abundance through those sales so I can give back and I can start a gallery that's going to help and support other artists, or I want to start, a fund for artists where I can kind of like a grant fund for artists where I can empower other artists and give them opportunities. That's a really strong why that not only does it help you, does it help your career and what you want to achieve with your own art, but down the road, it also helps to further the cause, and it helps support and enhance other artists' life. So that's a really strong why of why you want to do this. Maybe this is difficult at the beginning because maybe you're just starting out or maybe you're just having a hard time right now and it's just hard to see past the next sale. Like, I've lived paycheck to paycheck or shift to shift even many times, or painting sale to painting sale many times. And I know how stressful that can be. I know how much pressure that can put on you, which ironically ends up kind of blocking your abundance and blocking your ability to manifest, because this pressure makes you more myopic. It kind of just reduces your vision onto this one goal, and it's so rooted in fear and stress and anxiety that it almost blocks the ability to do this. Whereas if you open that up and make it less myopic and you see out into the world and you feel the abundance of the world and you feel the why behind why you want to do this downstream, not just, I want to, make some painting sales so I can pay my bills. Great. But I want to make some painting sales so my career can advance, so I can have abundance, so I can provide for my family, so I can move into a bigger studio, so I can accumulate enough money to give back to the artistic community. That is a really strong and powerful why. So I would just recommend that you give this some thought. You can start honing this a little bit. You can start developing some of these ideas, because not only is that a more powerful and stronger manifestation or idea for why you want to manifest, but it also makes you more passionate. It gives you more of a why. It's like, why did I start this podcast? I started this podcast so I could help other artists not make the same mistakes that I made and have a little bit of more of a shortcut to success, and to give some ideas and to help. And, in the process, I did this for almost 5 years now, and there's been very little money that's come in. I welcome the money, but it's also one of those things where it's a healthy byproduct of helping other people. I welcome monetization through advertising and things like that, and promotion, or potential opportunities that come my way that I really am just open to as a byproduct of doing the podcast. But that wasn't my why at the beginning. My why is to help other artists and to be open to all these other opportunities to come from that. And then I can always connect those and help refocus that on the podcast and help other artists. That's my why, and that's a very strong why. So what is your why? What is your reason for manifestation? What is your reason for wanting more abundance or more painting sales, or to get into this gallery, or to be a millionaire, or to even have the mansion, the McMansion that you want? What is your why? Is it just because you want to have the status and you want to be like, look at me, I have all this stuff, all this material stuff? Or is it because you want to create a life that's filled with wealth and abundance and giving and community and reaching out and helping others? That's a much stronger why. So think about yours and develop that. I guarantee you it will help you get more focused. It'll help you get more passionate, and it will probably help you bring more things into your life as a byproduct of that as well. So that's one. And two, we're going to keep this very simple and very short. I never want to beat this into the ground, but you have to, if this is what you want, if these are the things you want, you really have to start living as if you already have them. Because if you really want that, and all you're saying inside is like, yeah, but I don't have that, and I'm never going to have that, or I don't really deserve that. If that's what you're really thinking on the inside, you're projecting out, yes, I want this, and inside you don't believe in yourself, you're going to be not only blocking that energy, but you're not going to be allowing yourself practically to do the things necessary to do this stuff because you really are limiting yourself. You don't really believe in yourself in the first place. You have to get yourself to a place where you can really visualize and feel those feelings of already having that. If you already act and behave that way, if you already feel that way and project that out there into society and into the world, into the universe, whatever you want to say, then, your success level is going to kind of raise to meet you at some point. Whereas if you're saying, I want this, I want abundance, I want wealth, I want to be a millionaire, I want to be a billionaire, and down, inside you're feeling lower than low, you're feeling like, oh, I'm not worthy of this, I don't deserve this, I'm not good enough, I'm, the inner critic, that's blocking you from raising to that. So raise your inner life, raise your inner critic to that point that you want to be at. And I think it's much easier to then achieve that success because you just start seeing possibilities, you start attracting possibilities, you even start raising your energy to doing the things necessary to get to that point when you truly believe those things or truly live as if you already have them. So those are the two things I wanted to talk about quickly with manifestation. This podcast is not all about the law of attraction, but I do like it. I'm interested in it. I'm interested in manifestation. I think everybody is nowadays. So try it out in your own life. See if these things work for you. And I think you'll just find that you'll probably be a bit more centered and focused and passionate if you do these. And a healthy byproduct of all those things is more success. So whether you believe in the woo aspect of it or you just believe in these thoughts bringing more energy and more drive to your life and to your art career, it doesn't really matter. The end result is the same. So yeah, that's it. Hope you liked it. Hope everybody's doing well out there. Hope everybody's staying creative. Hope everybody's being good to one another as usual. We really need that nowadays. And we'll see you on the next episode. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.
Well, everyone, that is it for the session today. We truly hope that you've gotten much out of this and that you've become more rooted in your own consciousness and your own state of well-being.
Yeah, wait, so I just wanted to make sure that I got this straight. Do nothing?
Les, you're doing too much. Do less. Thank you very much. May you have peace and abundance.
This has been the Living Artist Podcast. Thank you so much for listening. I just want you to know that I appreciate you being here, and I'm grateful to be in your ears. Your art and creative life on this planet is meaningful, so thank you for sharing it with me. If you like this podcast, whatever platform you're listening to it on, please subscribe and share it with your friends. You can also leave me a positive review to show your support. This helps me to reach more people with the algorithmic magic and keep the show going strong. If you want to see more of what I do and check out the art that I create, you can visit my website at www.pmsartwork.com or follow me on social media everywhere at PMS Artwork. That's it for now. See you back here next time.